Look at those two beautiful creatures.
Hey, look, I've had this winch for a little while. I used it today for the first time.
This is the first time Andy's got the winch out, so it's exciting to see. If you want to see the install video on how he got this bad boy mounted in there, you should check out the Slime Corp recording.
Hey, you ought to see. And I honestly should have spooled it under load first. So let's do that now. What we're gonna do is go run it all the way out. We'll start there. I got gloves for safety. Okay, and you'll hold the button for me in there, right?
All right, yeah, let me jump in. And I'm gonna push this button because Andy's got this really fancy winch that you can, I don't know if you can see that, but we're gonna select the gears and we're gonna click the button that says come out. Nice. Let's have a look what we're doing here. Look at that thing, that's awesome. You can also free spool it by pressing that button, which is super cool. Man, there's a fair bit of rope on this. Synthetic line. All right. We've hit this red section, and he's going to tell us a bit more about it, and why we shouldn't go past that. But look how far away he is. I'm going to use a zoom feature to see if I can...
Hey, what do you think about my guesstimation skills? Come here.
Let's go up to him.
You know, I did wind this up once under a little bit of weight uphill. Remember that? And so... Anyways, I'd said, hey Shane, it's gonna be about to that rotten stump. And if you turn around, you can see the red rope here. So that's kind of cool. You never really want to be using that. That means you only have a little bit of room left. So we're probably at the end. Let's tie off up here, and we're gonna hold the brake pedal, and we really want to wind it quite tight.
Nice.
Hey, one more thing. When I first started pulling it out, you might have seen me kind of like, oh. That's because I used that winch earlier today and I hadn't had a bunch of really tight wraps at the base. And so what can happen is, as that rope wraps on itself, and then when it gets pulled on, it can suck down between those other looser wrap windings. So anyways, that's why you saw that little stutter. All right, so here's as far as I pulled this out. And you can tell I knew when to stop because I saw those red windings. See it glinting in the sun there? Red means you've gone too far. Well, there we are looking the other way. I'm gonna grab this soft shackle here and this dynamic rope. Yeah. And it's always nice to use something soft around a tree. I don't have a tree saver strap, but this is better than nothing.
Stretchy one?
Yeah, it's a dynamic rope, but...
So we're really not meant to be using that.
Well, that's what we're going to use.
Okay.
I mean...
Good.
It's okay.
So what have you got? You got this dynamic rope attached to the tree.
Yeah,
nice.
Put that little friction sleeve around the tree.
Yeah, nice. Okay, protect the rope, protect the tree. Now you're putting a soft shackle in here.
Yeah, and the way these work, there's this little, they call it the noose, and so you pull that out to go around the knot. The noose goes around the knot, and then, again, there's a little friction sleeve. I just always kind of, you can put it in either spot. In this case, I'm going to put it where that metal hook is about to connect. Like this. And here's that metal hook. Oh, it's close, boys. Ah,
Oh, he got it.
perfect.
Nice.
All right, there we are up on the old tree. And if we come back here, we can see there's the red wraps. And if we look in there, can we see? Yep. We've got about 1 drum wrap of red. So that's fine. We're gonna start loading it up on the red. All right, so then there's this other kind of protective sheath. What do you think, Shane? Where's the highest point? Is it there? Yeah, let's try. Let's see what happens when it comes under load.
Because these synthetic lines aren't super strong if they get caught on rocks and stuff.
Yeah, abrasion, right?
Abrasion, exactly. And we want to protect it.
Yeah, so this allows the rope to go through the sheath and the sheath makes contacts with the boulder, especially when that line gets loaded.
Andy being Andy, it's like, we're going to launch this thing off the roof.
Yeah.
It needs its own launch, landing and takeoff pad.
I think it'll look cooler.
Nice. I agree.
Okay, good.
Boys, this drone's been through a bit as well. And he's taken it swimming. He's taken it into a couple of trees. Some uncontrolled trips to the ground. Right, let's watch this thing take off.
It looks like it fell a little crooked, but I don't mind. Do you?
All part of the charm.
Here we go. Let me aim it down. Put the camera down. And now let's go up.
Look at that thing. Nice.
Maybe we go forward a little bit. Guess that's good. Well, how about if we rotate a bit? How far am I going to go when I wind the winch in all the way to my yellow strap?
I think halfway is where we should go, because normally we're going to take some out. Maybe we go 3/4.
Okay. I think I'll just record it like this.
And he's nearly up to that last bit. It's probably where we're gonna stop right here. You can keep coming for a little bit more, then you're up that sleeve.
Well, the drone's gonna come back.
Oh, okay, we'll turn home in 1 second. Couldn't do any more damage than the concrete bollard.
Well, I think it's gonna land on your car, because my car's not there anymore. Oh, I don't know, it's doing pretty good. See, it has computer vision, and it kind of like, in addition to its course GPS position, it's trying to go down to a picture it took when it took off. And I guess it's picking the dirt here.
We're gonna watch it in real life over here. Nice, successfully landed.
Cool, okay. I'll stop it. Great. And this only has 10% the controller, so there's like a lot of batteries you need. You got it in the aircraft itself, you got a battery for the controller, and of course your display battery. Now you can fly it with just a controller, but then you don't know what you're doing.
Nice. Successful mission then.
Okay.
Safely landed.
Landed in the moss. It's just like playing with toys. Hey, what's that orange thing? Let's throw that away. Leave it.
I don't know if I want to touch that. That
Oh.
could be the right size.
Is that a Magnum?
Some well, I've never seen what a Magnum is.
All right.
Extra small size. That's why I got big tires, Andy. Let's not pretend here.
I put on my gloves so I can do dirty work. Oh, it's just bug spray.
Ah, disappointing.
Don't put that on there. Okay, look, we loaded that under tension the whole way. We checked it in the middle. Accidentally put it in park and kept winching. Don't do that. It's so hard on your transmission. But now, check this out. It's still too tight. It's still too tight. The winch line's tight. So if you look in here, one nice thing about how this is mounted is you can drive and control it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, instead of winching in, I'm going to winch out a little bit to get slack. Okay. Now that I have slack, I'm going to go over there. Okay, got my gloves for safety. I'm going to go unhook that cable, and why don't you just hold the in and I'll guide it.
Nice.
Oh, well, I forgot one thing. This abrasion sheath, I like to keep it at the end. All right. Ready when you are.
We're gonna hit that button to say bring the line in.
Okay, stop a sec. Why don't you come over here and I'm gonna show him my view while you do the rest of the way. Because you want to make sure it goes back and forth so it's not building up on one side of the drum.
All right, ready?
So I'm going to let it go all the way to the left, and then it's going to start going to the right. 5, 4, stop. 3, 2, 1. We'll bump it out, I'll hook it up, and then we'll be done.
But it never got loaded up.
What do you mean?
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely heard a bit of a creak, shall we say, from I think this part here.
Oh, really?
When we were initially testing it, but then you really loaded it up when you had all 4 wheels kind of spinning when it was in park, and it didn't creak anymore. So
I don't know if all 4 wheels weren't spinning in park, but they were dragging. That was really hard on the transmission.
But tested it, it's good.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you just bump it
all
until
right.
it's in?
We'll give it a quick little nudge here. Let's do it. That's good? Too much?
Out a little.
Okay.
Perfect. Let me get my rope.
Let's go rope. Let's look at the final product. Oh, look at that. That's nice. It's a sturdy tree. Mission successful?
Yeah.
Any final words, Andy?
Yeah, I got some final words. Come over here, I'll tell them to you. You're probably smarter than me, and you can't do it any worse than this. So, be confident, don't worry, be happy. And I have a final word. Practice makes perfect.
I got nothing to add.
Well, just putting the toys away, and I wanted to show you how durable this little rascal is. Let's look at these blades, huh? They're pretty good. They're not bad. You know, it flies pretty good considering. You should take care of your stuff. You shouldn't hit stuff. Look, I just found this new piece of plastic. Who knows what that goes to?
You can watch all the crash footage here, even down there.
All right, here we go.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Right back home, maybe?
Yeah.
Oops. See, I'm not like pressing anything. It's not. That's not normal. All of that, like whatever.
Trying to hover on its location, isn't it? Yeah.
Whatever it's doing here is not. Didn't it fall right here?
I assumed it slid down a bit though, because it was still going. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see it. The end of that thing. Yeah. Nice. It's the last obstacle of the day. We got to do this little creek crossing. Kind of cool. And he's got his rock lights on. Those look awesome.